All right, let's talk about two absolute giants of space exploration. You've got NASA, the American powerhouse, and ISRO, the rising star from India. Now, they both look up at the same sky, but believe me, their philosophies, their missions, and especially their budgets, well, they are worlds apart. We're going to break down exactly how. It really all boils down to this one fascinating question. On one hand, you have the biggest budget in the game, period. And on the other, you have this incredible ingenuity that's just born from having to make every penny count. You see, this isn't just about rockets and satellites. It's a clash of ideas. So who is really winning the space race today? You know, to really understand these two agencies, we have to go way back to their origin stories, because that's the key to everything. One was born from the fear of falling behind in a global conflict, and the other from the hope of lifting an entire nation forward. Okay, so this timeline really tells the whole story. The late 50s and 60s were just a whirlwind. In 57, that iconic beep beep from Sputnik 1 sends a massive shockwave across the globe. Just 1 year later, America hits back by creating NASA. Now, at the same time, halfway around the world, India starts its own quiet journey with INCASPAR, which then officially becomes ISRO in 1969. It's the same era, but the sparks that lit the fire were completely different. Yeah, NASA's DNA is just steeped in geopolitical reaction. The US was suddenly, shockingly behind the Soviets. So President Eisenhower needed a powerful, civilian-led agency to win the race for tech supremacy. And making it non-military was a very deliberate move, to show the world this was about science and discovery, not about war. And then you have ISRO, a totally different story. Its birth wasn't about competing with some other superpower. No, it was about looking inward. Its founder, Vikram Sarabhai, had this incredibly powerful vision. He believed a developing nation like India had to use the most advanced technologies, not for showing off, but for solving the real, everyday problems of its own people. So, as you can probably guess, these very different beginnings forged two fundamentally different missions. I mean, what an organization is created for pretty much defines everything it does, right? Is it looking out at the vastness of the universe, or is it looking back down at home? Just listen to NASA's mission statement. The language is so grand, it's universal, it's all about exploration. Reach for new heights, reveal the unknown, benefit all humankind. This is a mission of pure discovery, designed to push the boundaries of knowledge for every single person on this planet. And this quote right here just perfectly illustrates the difference. ISRO's vision puts national development right at the very front. You see, for them, space technology is a tool for the nation first and foremost. Sure, planetary exploration is a goal, but it comes after that primary mission, using space to make life better on Earth for India. And you can see these philosophies play out in their big projects. NASA takes these huge, high-risk, high-reward leaps. I mean, the Apollo program, putting a man on the moon, or sending Voyager out into interstellar space. ISRO, on the other hand, started with these strategic, foundational steps. Its very first satellite, Aryabhata, was all about gathering practical, useful scientific data. All right, now we get to the part that puts all of this into stark perspective, the money. And when we talk about the economics of space here, the difference between these two, well, it's not a gap, it's a canyon. I mean, just take a second and look at this chart. On one side, you have NASA's annual budget, a colossal $25 billion. And on the other, ISRO's budget, about $1.6 billion. The visual says it all before I even have to say another word. It's just staggering. Let's put a hard number on that, 15.5 times. NASA's budget is over 15 times larger than ISRO's. That is an unbelievable difference in resources, in manpower, and in the sheer ability to absorb the incredibly high cost of failure that is just part of the game in space exploration. And this, right here, is the billion-dollar question. Actually, it's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? If you have 15 times less money, how do you not only compete, but pull off world-class successes like landing on the South Pole of the moon? Well, the answer is a philosophy that comes directly from that founding vision of national development. It's a strategy that has become ISRO's trademark. They call it master-frugality, and it basically has 3 pillars. First, cost efficiency is baked into the DNA of every single design. Second, their path is slow, steady, and strategic. They build on their successes methodically instead of taking really expensive gambles. And third, and this is so cool, They use these clever maneuvers, like using Earth's gravity as a cosmic slingshot to save incredible amounts of fuel and money. So, when you step back and look at these two incredible agencies, it becomes so clear that this isn't about one being better than the other. Not at all. It's about two completely different and, frankly, equally valid definitions of what success even means in the final frontier. This right here, this puts it all into perfect focus. NASA is the sprinter, fueled by a mega budget to make these breathtaking, giant leaps for all of humanity. And ISRO? ISRO is the marathon runner, using strategic patience and that master-frugality to achieve unbelievable success, step by steady step, all in the service of uplifting its nation. And all of this leaves us with one final big question. As more and more players join this new race to the stars, what's really going to define victory? Is it the sheer financial power to make those giant leaps? Or is it the smartest, most efficient strategy to run the long race? The answer to that is going to shape the future of all of us in space.